Hi, and welcome to beautiful Puerto Morelos, Mexico. My name is Joli, and I'll be taking you through an intermediate strength and flexibility mixed format workout today. You don't need much for equipment: a chair, a mat that will make you comfortable as you come to the floor, lots of room around you so that you feel safe to move, water to drink, and 2 light weights. They don't have to weigh much. I always say between 1 and 3 pounds for most of this. A set of water bottles will work just fine for you. Let's get started. I hope that you enjoy this class. So today's workout is going to include barre-inspired movements. We'll start by coming into first position. Our abdominals are engaged. Our thighs are pressing out from the hips, and we're finding first position as we face towards the chair, shoulders back. Let's just start with a Demi Plie. We're pressing down into the heels of our feet, pressing the thighs outward, feeling the shoulders back to start to get really strong in our posture. Let's add a little pulse. So as the shoulders press backwards, arms are coming to fifth, right in front of your body. Your belly is going to feel nice and strong. We've got a new movement to come down a little deeper. If it feels good, you'll let your heels lift to drop the hips lower. And we're going to feel our hips lined up right there under our shoulders today. You can stay with the Demi Plie by pressing the heels into the ground strongly. Or add the grand plie, dropping it a little deeper. If it feels good, let's add a pulse. 4, 3, 2, and rise. 4, 3. So your belly feels nice and strong. That's going to be so key to this workout today. We've got a new movement, just pressing into the balls of the feet. We lift the heels. This is your releve. You can start with a demi releve, or you can press down strongly and really come into the strength of your legs. That will help your balance. Lifting a little higher if that feels good for your body. You can keep a hand on the chair for balance, and the whole time you're going to be wrapping tightly through your waist. Let's just hold the top, lift, hand down if you like, or start to work into your balance a bit more. New movement. We're stepping to face the front and the center, taking the feet wider than the hips. This is your second position. Let's come down slowly. Pressing into the heels and rising up. Just like you did in your first position. Your hips are strong under the body, shoulders are back, heels are planted to the ground. Let's add a little pulse right here. So we're dropping into the legs. And again, you can feel how strong you are right in the center of your body. We're going to talk about that today as your core. That is from your hips to your shoulders. It supports you as the foundation for your movement. If the arms are feeling good, let's take them overhead. Now let's wrap tightly into our waist and just add a little lean. Driving deeply down into your heels to build strength in the legs. Come back up, arms to first, drop in, and rise. So you're going to feel the thighs press away to engage the muscles behind your body. Let's try coming down to the pulse once again. So hold, heels press down into the ground, and you are building strength that keeps you stable, even with the wind behind you. Let's squeeze into our waist, and if we're feeling good, we take that little lean over to engage the sides of our abdominals. Good, let's pull in tightly, lift, and we return back up to center. We're setting up for a lunge. Feet are under the hips. You've got a nice distance between them. Let's take a step forward and a step back. Press down strongly into your front heel. And your back heel is going to stay lifted. That's helping you to create a healthy position for your back knee. Lifting strongly. Feel the shoulders aligned right over your hips. One more time, let's take that slowly. And you've got the option to come down and hold with me in a little pulse. Right here, first position, arms. Front heel drives into the ground. Belly is strong and wrapped on tightly. If you're feeling fifth position, let's lift up. Holding the bottom. Try taking a little squeeze away from your hips. So you can always bring those arms down from overhead at any time today. First position or right there to the hips. Let's lift up and set it up again. Feet under the hips. Long step forward, long step back. And we come on down slowly. Now remember, my front heel is pushing strongly into the ground. My back heel is lifted. And my back knee is pushing straight towards the ground as well. We're staying here for slow lunges. And you always have the option of staying with a slower tempo. So you can take your time in the movements and make sure that they feel good for you. Trying the pulses in the arms, little pulse. Now we did a little talking about the core already, didn't we? From the hips to the shoulders. That's what's going to hold the strength of your position today. When you move, your core forms the anchor of your body. Right? It's going to keep your spine in position. It's going to keep your hips feeling stable and your posture feeling strong. So that's a really good reason for us to come in right now and down to the floor to work through the core. Make sure it's there for us. Take your time. Feel free to grab onto your chair to help yourself down. And we'll just roll right over. Bringing hips and shoulders down to the ground. Knees right above the hips. Starting with toe drops. Right here we go. We drop one and lift. Can you feel how strongly you're pulling down through your waist? So that you're pulling your belly down away from the ceiling or the sky above you. It seems like a really simple movement, but it's going to make your whole body feel stronger when we come back up into a standing position later. If this feels good, drop, drop, and we can start to take it a little further away. And the real challenge is, can you press down through your abdominals, right down into your low back? That's the same sensation that you want to use when we come up from the mat. And then we feel our shoulders behind our body. They're so strong, connecting down to our hips. Let's take 2 and 1. Switch sides. 2 and 1. We're trying a new movement. Knees are staying above the hips, bringing the hands back. Squeeze your rib cage down as your shoulders slide back and lower. So you're feeling the strength in the front of your abdominals. You can place the toes down on the ground, slide the shoulders back, and feel the low back pressing down behind your body to lift you up into position. Let's really think about chins tucking in towards the neck and a squeeze through your waist. That's going to make everything feel so much stronger. 2 more. Let's try to keep our elbows back and keep pulling that waist down. All right, so you've been with those toe drops. Let's try it again. Knees over the hips, drop and drop. We can stay with this, or we can start to take it a little longer, adding an extension. How does that go? You want to give yourself lots of room, right? Let's pull our waist down. And the toe drops are where it starts. If this feels like a thing you want to work into, let's try taking the legs a little higher so that we work on an angle. And I want you to really connect into the sensation of what's going on in your body as you come into the work of your class. So I want you to stay with this, with the toe tops, and add an arm if that feels good. If you feel like a challenge, take both legs out, pull the waist down, and just stay strong right here. Can we reach hands overhead? That's your challenge. You start to feel like a strong dancer, even here on the floor. Let's bring that all back into center. We're rolling over. Tuck the knees down. And we're coming onto our belly on the mat. Working the strength of the back of our body, which is really a big focus for this workout. Alternate arm and leg. Lift. Lifting the belly up and lower. Let's switch sides. So we're reaching on an angle. Tummy tucks into the spine and release. Can you feel your abdominals lift from the mat? That's going to be the first focus of your movement. Lifting a little higher, you can add a little pulse. And your abdominals are bracing the entire time. Hold and release. Switch sides. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. And release. If that arm gets a little tired, I want you to feel free to bend the elbow. And you're still squeezing the shoulder back. Switch sides. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. And release. 8, 7, 6, 5. You are connecting the strength behind your body. That creates good posture. This is going to hold you in position when we come up to standing. Hold and release. Reach both hands up. Squeeze your shoulder blades. And then I want you to just slide your elbows back. As you breathe for a moment, lifting your abdominals into your low back. Can you feel your heart lift a bit? Bringing you into a nice strong posture. Let's come all the way down. We're going to continue to work our upper body. Bringing the hands under our shoulders to lift up. Come into all fours. Knees under the hips. And I want you to just feel your all fours position. Give a little squeeze of those hands down into the ground. And lift your heart very slightly for me as you squeeze your belly muscles. All right, we've got our strong centers on. We're ready to work our posture. Let's lift up. Take one leg forward. Grab your light weight. We're coming up to our chair to work our postural strength. So these are small movements that are going to connect into the strength of our shoulders and the back of our arms, creating functional movements. Shoulder rolls back. You can feel a lift in the opening of the front of your chest. Come on down with me. Give a hinge, and then one hand rests on the chair for balance. Now this is a straight arm movement. We come to the thigh, and then lift to the hip, down to the thigh, and then reach up to the hip. The purpose of this movement is to feel the connection of your shoulder blade into the area behind your ribs. This is going to create stability in your shoulders and postural strength. If it feels good, add a little pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold and squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold and squeeze. And the whole time, you want to feel the front of your shoulder lifting and opening. so that you can feel the strength behind your shoulder. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and stay. One more time. So your spine is nice and long, and your abdominals are engaged, just like they were on the floor. Hold. All right, let's release the shoulder. Let it come on down. So I hope that you're feeling this right across the back of your shoulder, right into the areas that hold you upright as you go through your day-to-day. Let's switch directions. And we're going to move to the opposite arm. Let's lift ourselves up. If you need it right now, this is a great time to take that drink of water. As we switch to the other side, again, you need to roll that shoulder back so that you can engage the strength behind your shoulder. That is so key, even if it means that you do fewer of each exercise. Let's really think about where we're feeling the movement, dropping down to the thigh and up to the hip. Down. Now I'm going to come a little closer to the camera to demo for you. So again, I'm hinging forward from the hip, coming down to my thigh and lifting. Down and rise. Down. Let's try the pulse. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Abdominals are strong, aren't they? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. You should start to really feel that connection of all the posture behind your body. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and stay. One more. So when our posture is good, our bones come into a position that is naturally easier on our joints. Let's release. That just makes all of the things that we do feel better. Makes it easier on our body, and then release in the opposite direction. You gotta love those little stirs, right? All right, so I'm hearing a pickup in the music. We're going to try a new set of exercises that brings the upper and the lower body together. Take hold of your other weight. You're going to need that. Remember from the warm-up, our second position, we're giving that a try right now. Feet come wider than the hips. Hips tuck under. Shoulders are back. We've got our strong posture on, and we lower into our plie. Press heels into the ground, and we rise. Let's try that again. Everything starts with the center of your body, connecting with your feet. What does that mean? Can you feel front and back of your foot pushing into the ground? Can you feel your waist tight? Hold the bottom with me. Option to pulse right here. Or option to just stay with that slower movement. Take a break at any time. Do you remember first position arms? So we're working right in front of the low ribs. Your shoulders are drawing back behind the body. And your belly is squeezing in tight, isn't it? Let's open it a second to position. Shoulders are back behind the body. Rib cage is lifted while your abdominals brace. Let's lift up slowly and come on down. Tiny little arm circles right here. You are making those tiny circles right towards the front. Slow movement, arms to first. Rise and slowly down. Shoulders are back. Tummy lifted in strongly. Lift and lower. Arms out, backwards, circles. Teaching yourself control and making each side of your body strong. Arms to first, or in ballet we call this bras. Coming into our starting position. It's there for you if you need it. Option to take a break in the legs. I know it gets intense. Back where you've been. First and lower. Second and pulse. Arms move forward. And arms to first. Rise and lower. Push your heels into the ground for me. Rise. Good. And then let your toes feel light while the balls of your feet press down. Can you squeeze your thighs back to help the front of your legs open, to really engage the deep muscles behind your hips? Arms open wide to second. We pulse, stirring backwards. Nice long arms. How long can you make them? Wonderful, strong work. Arms to first. Rise. Heels to the ground. Push. Remember, those arms can come down, and you are still practicing that beautiful lift of the collarbones, that deep engagement that moves to the center of your body. If we've got anybody who feels like going overhead today, you can take those up. Arms are staying slightly forward of the body. Give me a little pulse. A little squeeze to the waist. Do you remember this from the warm-up? Option is right here. Lift to center. Last bit. Beautiful, strong work. So we've worked isolation, lift with me, of the upper body. We've worked connection of upper and lower body. Step into center. Let's take our weights down, and let's isolate the lower body as it connects into the center of our body. So we're going to work the inner thighs. Precision gets important here. This is also going to work your balance. Your standing leg is strong, lifting into the center of your body. Let's bring a knee up, pulling the tummy in. Feel the knee right in front of your hip. Give me a slow cross just to the inside, and then I return right in front of my hip. And I'm going to try, even if it means that I do fewer of the exercises, to keep my leg high so that I really feel the inside of my thigh instead of the top of my thigh. One more. Can you feel yourself squeezing your abdominals right to your low back? Let's step down, switch sides. Back in our home base. This is our first position. Grounding down through our opposite leg, lifting the knee in front of the hip, pulling in strongly through the waist. Again, knee in front of the hip as much as you can. Now we cross to the center, and then we just return in front of the hip, like that. How's the posture up top? Right? Nothing is moving from the hips to the shoulders. You try that one more time. Cross to the inside and cross to the outside. Let's try to put that together a little faster. Option is to stay with where you've been. So the knee crosses up. We squeeze through the center of our body, and a bit faster. Small movement. Here's a pulse. We go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Watch this. I bend the standing leg to work the strength and balance of my standing leg. Top leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bends. We call this a fondue. It means to melt. Melting the standing leg. Top leg crosses. Now if you feel that leg is dropping, I want you to take a tiny little break. That's okay. Down. One more time each way. Can we do it? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, fondues, down. And lift. Last one. Nicely done. Let's come on out and shake out. Setting up the same way. We're going to try it all again. Standing leg is super strong. The knee comes up. Cross. Cross. Remember, slower can be your friend. Or we start to try those singles. 4, 3, 2. Shall we pulse? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. 8. Every time we hold, I want you to reconnect to what's happening in your abdominals. Hold, option. Let's add the bend. Upper leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and fondue. Heel presses down. Shoulders are back. We've got this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rise. How about one more? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. We're going to move back to the bar, coming back to our first position. Heels press down, thighs turn out, shoulders are back, abdominals are strong. Down into, this is our home base. Pressing the heels down, lifting the shoulders back, squeezing down into the ground to engage all the way up the side and back of our body. And if you want to start to strengthen the feet and the ankles, let the heels lift a little bit as you let the hips lower just a bit more. If everything feels good in your knees and your hips, you might find that you want to come a bit deeper and really start to open up the feet today. We'll hold a pulse. You can choose to stay in your Demi Plie. 4, 3, 2. Now 2 slow. Down and lift. Press the thighs back. Press the tummy in. 8, 7, 6, 5. You can lift the heels a little. Now draw the abdominals in. Rise and lower. Rise and lower. Maybe a bit lower. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Press the heels down as you lift and return. Lift and return. One more time, we pulse. 8, 7. If you've got those arms that want to go up to really start to challenge your balance, press down to lift and lower. Lift. We've got something new. Lift your body up. Bring your hands to the bar. And we're just going to stretch our toes back behind our body. And return. Same leg, stretches back. So it's like the start of a kick, but you're opening the front of your hip just like you did with your shoulder. And you're still bracing really strongly, wrapping your tummy on tightly, just like you did on the floor. When you do that, it's almost like your leg wants to squeeze and lift off behind you. Can we try that? And just like you did as you worked the isolation of your lower body, you're pressing down strongly into your standing leg and then lifting your spine long. Let's see if we can try the other side. Reach and return. Stretch the toes back. Tendu means to stretch. Always, this is your safe place. You can stay here, and you're still connecting from your heel to your backside and then right up into the back of your body. Let's give it a little squeeze and lift and return. You're going for 8 and return. One more. Coming back to the first leg. Let's set ourselves up. Grab a drink of water if you need one. You're about 3/4 of the way workout, even through your class, even a little bit more. Let's lift tall. Reach back. Remember, this is where it starts. A little more. Squeeze through the back of your body is where it starts to go. I want you to notice, how does your low back feel? How does the back of your pelvis feel as you start to lift? I want you to push down into the chair to lift a little higher. Lift the spine. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now squeeze the shoulders back. We can reach those fingertips forward. Lift the heart and just feel our full balance. Let's try the other side. Reach back and return. Reach back. Remember, you can start to engage a little more to lift off. Giving me 2. Now hold. Next time, adding the full extension, adding the full balance, squeezing right up into the center of your body. You've got this. Hold and return right back into your center. Let's take a little stretch to finish. Reaching back into the ground behind us, pressing down through the heel, feeling a stretch all the way up through the back of our legs because those calves and those feet worked very, very hard to work into your balance today. And I hope that you enjoyed the different sort of strength that comes into this barre-inspired workout. Let's step the leg in, push down through the heel, bend the knee, and you'll feel a stretch deeper down into your calf. This type of strength will help you with your stability. It will help you to balance better and to manage your alignment as you go through your strength or your daily activities. Let's switch sides. And bringing this type of a workout, this type of class into your routine as you move through your week can be really effective in making your other classes and your other activities feel even better. Let's step in, press the heel down. You'll notice that your posture will improve. You'll notice that the things that you do day to day feel even better. Let's open up our hips, bringing an ankle up to our thigh, letting the thigh press outward, and just letting the hips sit back. And let's lift up, switch sides. And so if you really enjoyed this class, an excellent complement would be for you to find one of our flexibility or our yoga classes. That's a really good complement to this type of a class. Let's lift up, let's open our hearts, feel what's in front of us today. Ready to go and get that today. And once again, my name is Joli. I hope that you enjoyed this class and that we will see each other again soon.